I ask Mom, what is happening to children around the world? Mom says sadly, switch off the TV. Too many cases of children being defiled. Close down the internet. Too many reports of girls who are pregnant. Mom tells me that I'm safe not knowing. But Mom, it's too late. I already know. Because when children bleed, the whole world drips blood. Like blood smeared on the back of a white satin dress of a 4-year-old girl defiled by her grandfather. Like the blood lost from a 14-year-old girl who endured prolonged labor while giving birth to triplets. Like the blood waste from a 16-year-old orphan who is gang raped on her way back home from studies. Like the internal bleeding of a 10-year-old boy with disability, sodomized by his stepfather and left to die. The kind of blood that drenches the earth, a planet that we call home, yet so cruel to children. The kind of blood that disturbs our conscience while tearing apart our moral fabric. Mom, we can't wish it away. I ask Mom, who are these people hurting children? Mom says sadly, monsters are hurting children. They're called Fidelophiles. Some monsters are unknown, but most monsters are people closest to children. They are neighbors, friends, pastors, teachers, relatives, house helps, and the list is endless. Mom says fathers, mothers, uncles, aunts, cousins have turned against their own, molesting, defiling, and abusing children, and getting away with it. I ask Mom what happens to the abused children. Mom says sadly, some children will get pregnant totally unplanned, forcing them to drop out of school. Some children will get married off early because the family is ashamed. Some children will get sexually transmitted diseases or HIV. Some children will suffer from physiological illnesses. Some children will suffer from depression. Some children will turn into drugs. Some children will commit suicide. Some children will die. I ask Mom, who can help the abused children? Mom says, parents can't help because they lament that they're helpless, especially when the abuser is the father, mother, uncle, aunt, or cousin. Police can't help because they want 200 shillings to open the file. Doctors can't help because they want 1,000 shillings to write the P3 form. Lawyers can't help because they want 20,000 shillings to take up the case. Child activists can't help because they already ate donors' money. Politicians can't help because the election is still far away. Mom says nobody wants to help the children because everyone is selfish and greedy. The children are on their own at the hands of monsters, the Fidelophiles. I ask Mom, but shouldn't the government protect all children from abusers? The government should, but the civil servants entrusted with children issues are corrupt. The chiefs should, but they'll ask the perpetrator to marry the pregnant child and take care of the baby. The police should, but they'll mock the victim and blame them for enticing the perpetrator. The doctors should, but they will send the victim away for reporting too late. They say that the PrEP won't work. The judge should, but they'll dismiss the case that the victim bathed and washed away the evidence. The child rights organization should, but they're taking care of the self-interest using donors' money. The politicians should, but they're too preoccupied with eating public money that they forget to implement the laws they themselves made. Mom says the government will find excuses to protect the perpetrator and victimize the child. Case closed. I ask Mom, what is the public doing to protect these children? Mom says a little is being done to look at the plight of these children, and the little that is being done is too little too late. You see, child, people only react when the abuse has happened. Flooding Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and WhatsApp. Cursing, throwing condemnation, angry at no one in particular. Hoping to be seen doing something, yet doing nothing. Just keyboard warriors. They'll run for 2 or 3 days, then silence. Normalcy resumes, tragic incident forgotten. Until another child is gang raped, trafficked, defiled, and used for pornography. A vicious cycle that can be ended, broken pieces mended by all of us, only if we try to be genuine. I am now in despair. My heart bleeds for these children. So I ask Mom one last time, who will protect these girls and boys? Sadly, Mom requests me to ask you all one last time, who will protect the 4,000 pregnant girls from Machakos County and the many reported cases in 46 counties? Who will protect the thousands of children who have suffered defilement and incest but still remain unreported? Who will protect the millions of children now staying at home because of COVID-19 pandemic and are at risk of being defiled? Who will ensure that children courts all over the country speed up cases and bring justice to children? Who will arrest the perpetrators of children's rights violations already identified? Who will protect all children from harm, discrimination, and untimely deaths? Who will uphold the best interest of all children? Who will respect and promote the views of children? Who wants to start now? Yes, we all need to do more to prevent the abuse from occurring. I, Sheilah Sheldone, is doing something, using my voice to start a conversation that will bring change and put an end to all forms of violence against children. I conclude by appealing to you all that there must be a solution, and it must come from you and I, the family, the community-based and faith-based organization, the non-governmental organization working with children, the government agencies working with children, the judiciary, the parliament, the council of governors, the county assemblies, the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. Let's join hands to protect children. Finally, let's all obey the rule of law, being guided by the Children's Act, the Sexual Offence Act, the Constitution of Kenya, African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Children, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Holy Book, and may God protect and bless us all.